Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my YouTube. Gonna be a big show, like I promised. This has kind of been what when I say you all, I'm not sure who you all are, but this is what you guys have been waiting for, and this is what I told you that I would do. Now, before I start, I'm gonna start before 10 months ago, just to give you a little background, and then I'll jump into that. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Scotty Sawyer. Um, I was born in Newport Beach, California. I lived there and in Villa Park basically my whole life, Jeffrey. Um, and yeah, my dad was the first brain surgeon in Orange County. My mom was a legal typist slash like RN, like for my dad. Um, yeah, we had a huge house in Villa Park. Definitely didn't go without anything. I was an only child, basically. My dad had three kids before me with with his first wife. But my mom and dad, I was the only one. My mom was 43 when she had me, and my dad was 55. Pretty old, if you ask me. Um, and yeah, my all my siblings were like 15 to 20 years older than me, so they were all already way moved out and doing their own thing. So, anyways, my parents worked a lot, so what they did was they hired a nanny. Um, this lady Hilda from Guatemala. I love Hilda. I still talk to Hilda today. I live with Hilda's son. It's like, you know. Anyways, Hilda raised me. Hilda was from Guatemala and she didn't speak English. So she was with me for like months at a time without me seeing my parents. So um, she only spoke to me in Spanish. So my first language was Spanish. I still speak Spanish fluently. It's awesome. Porque cuando estaba un niño chiquito, mi mamá y mi papá estaba trabajando mucho y mi niñera se cuida. Ella no habla inglés, so solo hablo español. Y después ir a la escuela, necesito ir a la ESL y después aprender la inglés. So, anyways, grew up pretty much with no accountability for anything. I didn't have any rules. I did whatever my friends that I was hanging out with did because in my parents' head, they were so like not checked out, but like they were just old. Like, let's call it what it is. So they didn't really know like what to do. So if my friends' parents said they could do shit, then they assumed that they were probably more responsible than my parents. And if they were letting their kids do that shit, then I could probably do it too. Um, the thing is the accountability thing. Like I never realized how that would affect me, like going into my, later on in life. But that was a big thing. Anyways, things were pretty good in my life till I was about 12, because that's when I can kind of start remembering like things that, frankly, no kid really wants to remember or find out or know about when you're my age. My mom, God bless her soul, wonderful woman. She slept with Wilt Chamberlain. The one problem I have with my mom, she slept with Wilt Chamberlain, the basketball player. Yeah, the guy who scored 100 points and slept with like 20,000 women. It's kind of cool, I guess, but gross. Um, yeah. So my mom, she was a drug addict through and through, gambling, drugs. Um, she was just that's what she did. And 12, 13, I kind of started picking up on things. My dad would like make little hints at things, but I was so young, like he probably thought like I didn't, it was nothing. Um, but remember when I was 12, my dad was 62, or no, 67. That's like a that people would think he was my grandpa, and then they would thought that my half brother was my dad. Um, anyways, my mom started, having her issues that I was noticing. My dad was getting old; his health was declining. And then when I was a freshman, he got cancer and tried to hide it from us. And long story short, When I was 15, my dad died, um, basically of tongue and throat cancer. There's a much bigger story, but that'll be for another time. Um, yeah, and so when I was 15, my dad died. It was rough. I started drinking a lot, started smoking pot. Didn't get into drugs till later, but the alcohol was like a huge thing. Um, Fast forward, still drinking. My mom's birthday comes. I think I'm 17 or 16. No, I'm 16 years old. My mom's birthday comes. Missed her birthday completely. I was blacked out. I was actually across the street from my house at Chipotle drinking with my fake ID. And I came home. She was crying. I was wasted. I was 350 pounds. And she was like, "You're drinking so much. You're unhealthy. Like you're gonna die." Blah 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 blah. And so what I did was I got a trainer and I lost all this weight. Shout out to my boy Sako Yakinian at No Limit Personal Training. That guy saved my life. Um, and so I got in shape. I lost 150 pounds in 15 months. Went into my senior year swinging big time. Um, then 2 months into my senior year, my mom's in Vegas, doing drugs, gambling, and she had a stroke at the machine. She died pretty much right there. I was at homecoming that night, got woken up at 2 in the morning, say, "We got to go see your mom. She had a stroke." I get there. I'm 17 years old. They ask me, they'd say, "Hey, if we try to keep her alive, she might come out of it. She'll be a vegetable for her whole life and you'll have to take care of her. Or we can just pull the plug and we call it." Now, this was a tough decision, but my mom made it easier for me because her whole life she told me if I can't live to my fullest potential, I don't want to live. And I don't know why she would always tell me that, but I felt like this is the right decision. I was 17 and I made that decision. So at 19, my sister died of breast cancer. When I was 30, my other sister died of breast cancer. My aunt, who was the only one I had left, died last year. And to be honest, it was like an infection or something, but I don't even know the whole story. And I want to preface all of this. I'm just letting you guys know this. For some reason, it's been twisted or manipulated that I'm always like I'm a pity guy or that I talk about this shit too much. Do me a favor, if you have both of your parents and you talk with them often and you're in a pretty good relationship with them, think about what it would be like if you woke up tomorrow and they were gone, like just gone. You're an adult now. I understand you would probably, in terms of continuing your life, would be fine. However, this happened to me when I was a teenager. Technically, I was an orphan for like 3 weeks. Like, not really, but like really. Like, because I was 17, I was almost 18, whatever. So I come with like a lot of shit, okay? But I'll tell you one thing, I'm the most loyal motherfucker you'll ever meet. If I love you, I'll fucking die for you. I'll do anything for you. When I say I love you, I fucking mean it. And you know it. That's me. Okay. That's a little backstory. And now we're going to jump into what's been going on the last 10 months. And before I start this, I'm going to preface it by saying I'm not going to get into details or specifics or necessarily get personal with it because it's not really relevant. Because this all comes down to me and like what I did, right? We can talk about other people, point the finger, say you did this, I didn't like when she did that, I didn't like when he, not doing that. I'm taking 100% accountability. So before I start this story, understand there is no accountability being dodged. There is no fingers being pointed. There's no excuses being made. I'm telling you exactly what the fuck happened from here, from up here, and I'm not going to get into things that I think might be some way where another party may have a completely uh, opposing view to that. I'm just gonna keep it like as cool as I can. All right. I moved to Vegas in 2023. Okay, I had some issues with my brother, who's my business partner. We sold buildings. Doesn't matter. I came here with my aunt. She's like, "Hey, just come out to Vegas, chill out. If you like it, you could stay. If you don't, you can bail." Fair enough. I was in a dark place, you guys, emotionally. Typically, when things get hard for me emotionally or any sort of way, my first instinct is drugs right away. That'll make everything better. It's the one thing I know for sure, or like I know, right? But for some reason, I didn't. I didn't do drugs. However, my emotional well-being or whatever you want to call it, and that sounds so gay, but I was just defeated. I was tired. I was frankly, I was broken. Like I didn't have the spark. I didn't have the charisma. I didn't have the aura. I didn't have any zero motion, like this much motion. So I come to Vegas, and within a few months, I meet someone. Okay, at this point, I had a small inkling that the only way that I'd get into a relationship is if I was like, I I can't pass this up. I just feel like, I had to just have this thought, this like for certain, because I'm pretty good at like reading and not reading like this, but reading people and picking up on things. Well, of course I met someone fucking dope. Of course. But the part about it is I didn't look. I'm just gonna keep it fucking real. I didn't have a fucking an iPhone. I just had like a regular ass phone. I didn't want any email. I didn't want anyone. I changed my number. I was barely using Instagram. Deleted my Facebook. Get this, I didn't even have a bank account. No bank account. Didn't I was taking care of two people's financial responsibilities, business responsibilities, personal responsibilities. I was taking care of me and my brother for years, and I just was fucking burnt. So I come out here and I'm like, I just want to fucking chill for a minute. Then like I said, met someone, and I was like, you know what? This is accept. I'm gonna have to make some changes if I want this to flourish down the road. But right now, given where I'm at, I think I can fucking make this work for now. But I do need to I'll need to step up. This person deserves everything. Or when you're with, if I'm with you, that's what you're gonna get. Everything, as much as I can give at the time. But a year goes by, and not that I'm not progressing. I'm progressing, but I'm just not doing things like I would do for past relationships. I'm just not doing, and partially because, like I said, limited, no bank account. But again, I made a mistake, and I went into a relationship that I wasn't necessarily ready for. But of course, I was like, I'll fucking figure it out, because I always figure it out. I get what I want, and then I figure it out. That's been my whole fucking life. Now, fast forward like a year and a half. I was like, I want to get back in shape. I just need to. So I was like, I'm going to hire a coach just to get back in shape, to have a regiment, to have a food plan, to have just I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow and then actually go to the gym tomorrow. I lost all my drive, all my fucking determination, discipline out the fucking window, eating whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, working out for like 2 weeks, blasting Tren and then stopping. I was taking Tren for like a month and I worked out, I think 3 times. Anyways, I get this. I get it, right? I get him. 2 months in, I'm down 40 pounds. I'm sub 200 right before Christmas, 199. I'm fucking jazzed, bro. Jazzed. Now here is where things start to unravel from my opinion. Anyways, I asked my coach, I said, "Hey, the Arnold Classic is in 16 weeks. Can I do a prep for it? And would it be hard?" He said, "Bro, it's fucking tough. It's really hard, but we can do it." And he said that to me, and I was like, this is going to be a fucking cakewalk. Boy, was I wrong. Not a clue what I was getting myself into. Not a fucking clue. So I start the prep. The first 8 weeks, it was like manageable. But I was getting some negative feedback in terms of like things were suffering, um, dates and get togethers and eating out. And I couldn't. I didn't. I had to eat what I had to eat. 6 weeks left. It's really starting to wear down on the other side, right? Wants me to stop, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't. I couldn't. I would never quit. I just wouldn't. On anything, really. And especially at that point, I was so fucking dialed, waking up at 3:45 in the morning, hitting my cardio, hitting my weights, hitting abs, doing the sauna, going home, getting ready for work, working all fucking day, eating all my fucking meals, not missing a meal. Fucking, I felt like Alexander Graham Bell dialing, the telephone inventor. Bop, 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 bop. I was fucking dialed. Okay. 4 weeks. Now, this is where shit got fucking hard, dark for me. I was losing so much weight. My feet, I lost so much weight from the bottom of my feet that I couldn't walk on the hardwood floor without like it hurt. Like it literally like was I couldn't wear Vans. I couldn't wear any regular shoes. I had to wear slippers or these Nautilus like boat shoes that were like kind of comfortable. 2 weeks, I'm eating like 1,200 calories a day. Okay, I tear my bicep. Tear my bicep. I 2 weeks left. Oh, you should stop. You should take a break. I can't fucking take a break. I'm right here. I'm right here. Okay. Go through, get down to 163 pounds. Fucking peeled. I nailed it. Sent in my photos, carved up, drank, everything. So it's over. Okay. It's done. I'm done. I'm like, I will not do another prep for a long time, if ever again, because it was too much. So life was about to start going back to normal, right? Or at least that's what I envisioned. And for some reason, I finish and I'm sitting there on the couch and I had gotten some Retatrutide from a friend for someone else. And it was in my fridge. And I was just sitting there one night and I was like, you know what? I want to know what this shit is all about. I'm reading about it, seeing it online. I just want to see if it's real. So the person that I got it for was on Ozempic before, and they had said that the eating thing is real, the throwing up, the nauseous, all that. Not able. I wanted to just see. So I took like 2 units, I think 3 units. I'm not sure. And it was mixed before I got it, so I don't know whoever constituted it or reconstituted it. I don't know if they did it. Like, I don't know how it was done. I took it. The eating and all that shit, real. Couldn't eat. I would get my food ready and I would fucking put it in my mouth. I'd take 2 bites and I'd be like, I'm gonna want to spit this out. Like, I'm good. So I was like, all right, this shit's now. Keep in mind, I had just finished a bodybuilding show. I knew everything that went into my body for the last 16 weeks, whether it was a carb, a protein, a chemical, a water, a sodium, anything. That was the only thing that changed, aside from pulling all the steroids out. Now, what happened next was I started feeling like, you know that movie Limitless where he takes that pill and he's just, it's like a 2000 milligram Adderall pretty much is what it, I mean, just to give you an example if you don't know that. I felt like that. My brain was like moving way faster than I could like think and comprehend. I started doing things that in my head were reasonable, rational, normal, whatever. They may have been like in a thought, in like the thought phase, they may have been, but doing them the way that I did was not like ideal. It was awful. It was completely awful. And let me preface again, this whole thing that I chose to do, the competition, that's me. I chose it. I finished it. I did it. I put everything into my body. I fucking fair. Fair. But then after that, things literally went from limitless, like I want to get my real estate license back. I want to get my driver's license back. I want to blah blah let's do whatever. It went from that to I went grocery shopping at Walmart, got a fuckload of groceries that I needed, went back to the hotel I was staying at the time, Palace Station actually, and I went up to my room. The next morning, whatever, I came out to my car, opened the trunk. The entire trunk is full of groceries, and I had not fucking remembered going grocery shopping. Not didn't remember. I lost my wallet, ID, keys, multiple times, like probably 15 times within an hour, sitting somewhere with it like in front of me. I lost my car. I thought my car got stolen. It was just in valet. Couldn't find my keys. Why? Because the valet had him. So I start kind of freaking out because I don't know really what's going on. So I go to the hospital. I get there, explain everything. I was being accused of being on drugs. People very close to me were like, "You're on meth, you're on drugs, you need to get help." So when I went to the hospital, I asked them for a pee test, a hair test, a blood test, every kind of test. I have the paperwork, so if anyone wants to talk shit, ask me. I'll mail it to you, clean as a whistle. Now, I felt like there was something wrong. I've never acted like this before. I've never felt that sharp, but also then on the contrary felt so stupid and forgetting things and felt like I had like Alzheimer's, okay? That I didn't, so after that, and then I get out of the hospital. I AMA'd myself actually. This is what happened. I AMA'd myself because I was tired of waiting for the tests and the blood work and everything. So I thought that at some point, somebody would, people would check on me, right? Because they knew that I was there, but they didn't. Cool. They had other things to do, obligations, and I had just stormed off and fucking left everything like fucking who knows. So no, whatever. But then the next night, my heart is going. Pew, 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 pew. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I go to the hospital again, and they're like, hey, can here's the doctor. Tell him what's been going on. So in my head, I'm like, dude, I got to get through this as quickly as I can because there's so much. So I start rambling to this doctor. I could just tell by the way he was looking at me and taking what I'm saying. He was like, there's something, but he was being weird about it. And I was like, bro, they put me in the fucking psych ward. Okay. I went into a room with no doors. I had to use plastic like flashcards for utensils. The TV, when you turn the TV on once, it changes channels, like, and when you find something you like, you click on it and then you can't change it again. So you're stuck on whatever the fuck that is. I go into the room. They accidentally left silverware, real silverware in the room. Dude, security comes in and they put me on the ground. They take the silverware out. Anyways, at this point, I'm absolutely thinking somebody's got to somebody's got to be here. I mean, long story short, with this, they come in the next morning and go, "Hey, we put you, or that doctor put you up here by mistake. We don't." They talk to me. They're like, "You're totally fine. Yeah, you had the rushed speech or whatever, but you can go." So I leave. They said, "You're free to go. No big deal." So I leave. Now, keep in mind, I had to, when I left, they gave me a thing to go to a psychiatrist. And a psychiatrist, just for you guys that don't understand, psychiatrist isn't like a therapist. A psychiatrist, you go in there and they're like, "Hey, you fucking blah blah blah. This is this and this and this," and they're telling you what the fuck's going on. You're not going in there like with a therapist and being like, "Oh, hey, my fucking this and that," and then they're like, "Oh, sweetie, it's okay." Like, no, no, no. This is like there's something fucking wrong. Anyways, I had to do 4 sessions with this guy, and I did. They were actually pretty informative, and I learned some things about myself. Now, I didn't think I was cured. Like, I didn't think after those 4 sessions, like, oh, magically everything's better. But I kind of thought that, like, my brain was getting back to normal. But everything that I was choosing to do or not listen to or say fuck you to or whatever, at the time it was like, okay, like, yeah, like, I'm this is, I'm with this. Fast forward 2 months, and that's when I think I got better, because then I started thinking and realizing things like how I would normally, like how Scotty normally does. But I'm sure you guys already know what's coming next. It was fucking too late. It was too late. Okay. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, it's been the hardest couple months of my life. That would be pathetic and also fucking completely stupid and untrue, because I've had way worse times. But I'll tell you one thing. I really fucked up, and I wasn't who I was supposed to be for this person at all. Didn't show up, didn't really um I did things but not how I normally would. Um I failed. I failed in every metric as a man, and I'm 100% okay saying that. Um and now I just basically have, so the one thing, the 3 things that I sacrificed for this, I'll never probably see again. And so, in a sense, the last few months I've felt stuck, because I couldn't undo this to, like, get rid of it and then, like, get that back. Like, it didn't work like that. It was like, I did this, now I look like this. So, and I lost everything else. So I better fucking make this my thing, or what was it all for? Now, trust me, I would love to have just not, and just got my shit together way sooner, and done things way different, but I didn't, and I can't change it. And hearing that someone's miserable because of you is a fucked up feeling. I don't care who you are. So this was a long video. This is my longest video. Probably not many of you will watch it. But I just needed to kind of, that this is what's been going on. And um, someone asked me, like, you know, does it hurt? Like, how are you feeling? And I'm like, Yeah, it fucking hurts, dude. What? Everything fucking hurts when you love somebody, dude. Like, and if it doesn't, then I don't know what to tell you. Um, the last thing I'll say though is this person told me, they said, money doesn't make you an adult. I agreed with that a little bit, but one thing I will tell you is that it makes being an adult a lot easier. And I will say that giving up on me was the worst decision, especially at this point in life. But I dug my own grave, and now I'm just kind of, I like it kind of down here, to be honest. It's quiet, it's cold, it's peaceful. Most of you guys are up, up there doing the parties and the boats. Like, I don't want any of that. I like it down here for now. I want to suffer. So that's kind of a little background about me, and then kind of a brief summary. Or I tried not to get, I'm not. It wouldn't make it any better to make, to do anything specific or be a fucking idiot about it. So I just tried to skim over it as best I could and explain. Now that's how I saw it. I've learned that I can't really count on. I can count on like maybe a handful of people, um, and I can't ever trust somebody um, as much. Like the exposure that I exposed myself and opened myself up to a big issue of problems because of the way that I was acting and because of the way I was doing things, and I'll never let that happen again. Um, but just know, I mean, I'm not giving up. I'm still fucking here, and I'm not fucking going anywhere. And I appreciate everyone who watches this. And if you're going through something, reach out to me. I'm on Instagram at Theodore __ buckets with two Z's. You can message me, I guess, on here, whatever. I haven't been through everything, but I've been through enough to potentially help someone. Um, so thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll post this shit up right now. Have a good night.